Welcome to Let's Play Solitaire, and thanks for joining in. This game is going to be random, it's not going to be edited, and of course I'm going to try my best to explain what I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, I like to go for the columns first if it's possible, then work on the draw pile, and save early cards in the draw pile's insurance. You'll hear much more about that later, so I'm not going to get into detail right now. Let's play what we can play. That's the 9 of clubs. We'll play it there. Now, the only time I would make an exception to playing this is if there was an early card here and there was also a card in the draw pile. I might look at two different angles. We can play this 2 of hearts as well. We're going to play that. This could bottleneck us, but we're going to leave it for now, and we'll see what we got in the draw pile. Good news is we have an insurance card early. We have 2 aces, actually. We're going to hold off on playing these until later, and we'll just see what we have. So we can't play that, can't play that. We could play the king if we can open up one of these columns here. We can play the 5, and we will. We will also play this ace of diamonds, which is good because if we find a deuce of diamonds, we can move the 3 of diamonds up top and open up that column. And yeah, let's cycle through again here, see what we have. 4 diamonds is probably going to be played. Let's see what else is there. Yeah, we're going to play the 4 diamonds. So we're going to play the 4 diamonds right here. That'll open up this column. And that's good because that means we can move this 9 of spades over. And that opens up this column again. We can open up this other column on the end. Not the card we wanted, but we're making progress. It means we need to find a... If we can find a blackjack, we can move either one of these 10s, which should be good because it gives us a lot of flexibility. And there's a blackjack there. I think that will be the card we'll play the next time around, or the time after that, depending on how this shakes out here. So going through again, there's the blackjack, and I think that is the only option. So we are going to play that jack right now. Blackjack goes over here, and now we got a little bit of a decision to make. We got to figure out which one of these 10s to play. We don't know yet. We're going to use the undo button after we try each move. We're going to see which one of the 2 is the best. Let's try the move on the left. Okay, that allows us to move the 7. And it's kind of a dead end there. So we're not going to take that angle yet. Let's see what this angle is. There's a jack. Okay, we can move. Oh, that's better yet. That's going to be the better of the 2 moves, because you see this move right here allows us to move both 10s. So that's by default the best move. Here is a question mark here. So we have, if we move this, we get this. But we have this 4 here that allow us to move this 3 or potentially this 3. So there's a lot of different angles you can take on this. The other angle would just be to go straight here, but then you can't move the 4. So I think what I'm going to do is play this right here, and then we'll try to get the 4 on the next time or the time after that around. So can't play any of those cards there. We'll cycle through again, and I believe we're going to have to pull. Yeah, we're going to have to pull 1 card to get to the 4. And we happen to. Oh no, we have this 4 too. We could try. We'll try this 4 in the back. We'll try this for now. Now there's 2 different ways. Again, there's this angle. We can move a king and then move one of these queens or queen jack or something like that. The other angle is to move this 3. Let's see what's there. The 3. That is the last card that we'd like to see because we can't really do anything with it. So we're going to hold off on that. We'll leave this 4 down for now. And let's see what we have. We have on the very, very front, we have a red king. So we don't want to play. We want to play a black king, the king of spades, or the other one. Again, we want to play that king of clubs too. So what we're going to do here is play just this ace. And then we're going to cycle through again. Actually, we can play both of these. The reason I'm saying that is there's just two of clubs. Oh, we can't play the two. Yeah, we can. Because there's just two of clubs we want to play as well. So we're going to play both these aces. We're going to move this 3 over. We're not going to play this king. We're going to play the other king. And we're either going to play the queen, the red queen that's up here, and this jack, or we're going to look at this queen right here. We'll see which one gets us more moves, of course. And again, the key here is just manipulating this draw pile and trying to get as many moves out as you can. So this other black king should drop. Let's go through again and see how this resets here. This is the card I was referring to. Let's see what's behind there, just out of curiosity. Okay, we have a red queen. So we have two different options here. The first option is to go this way, play the clubs, and then play the queen in the back, and then play this jack right here. And that option gets us an open column, so that is going to be the better of the two options, because the second option was going to be to play this king of spades, and then play this queen. But since our first option worked, we can also play this queen right here anyway. So that ends up being good for us. And this is a great card, this 2 of diamonds, because it's going to open up these two columns here and potentially give us more moves down the road. We're not going to play these yet. I want to see what else we have here. We got the 9 of diamonds and 5 of clubs. Okay, so we got 9 of diamonds and 5 of clubs behind. This draw pile is going to reset. I wanted to see what was there before I move these cards so I can decide whether or not I want to work this combo or work a different combo. So I'm going to play 2 of diamonds. I'm going to play the 3 of diamonds. And this was the 3 of clubs. Now we can move it up top. That's good. And I don't think I see another move here. So let's see. There was the 9 of diamonds. Can do that. This 10 is something we can move later. More importantly, if we can move the 10 of spades and 9 of diamonds, that would be really good, because it'll allow us to move this 8 of spades over here. But we'll see what we got the next time around. We also have a 10 up front, which might actually be a better move. Yeah, I think this 10 up front is going to be a better move, but we have to get to that 9. Let's see where that 9 is at. We also can move this 4 of clubs too. Oh, that's really good. Okay. So our first move here is just going to be to move this 4 of clubs, because it's in the back of the draw pile, and I generally like to go for cards in the back of the draw pile first, just to give us more moves. So that's the only play there. Originally, I wanted to go 10 and 9, but there is a 10 of clubs in the front. As a general rule, if you have 2 cards of the same color, same rank or same number, so 10 of clubs, 10 of spades, you want to play the card in the front probably 90 to 95% of the time, especially if there one's in the very front, one's in the back, because it affects how the draw pile is reset. We can play this card though, because like right here, the 10 of clubs is in the very front of the draw pile. It's in the very front. Being able to move this card gives us a lot more flexibility in making other moves as well. And we want to be able to do that. Because, like, okay, there's a 6 of clubs under here. We can now move the 7 of clubs up top, and then move the 7 of spades over. If we just move that 10 in the back, we're limiting the number of moves we can make and greatly increasing the probability that we will not solve this. So, just something to keep in mind. I think, let's see, I want to move the 7 here, so I might not want to bring down the 6 of diamonds. But normally I would bring that down. Normally I would bring this down right away, but we want to move this 7 up top. So I think that may be the wrong move there. We do want to get to this king at some point too. Again, I think that's going to be, let's see, queen, king. This is going to be tricky. This is going to be really tricky, because I want to move this 9 of diamonds down. I want to move that 9 of diamonds down. And the 9 of diamonds is going to be the... If we move this 10 of clubs here, the 9 of diamonds is going to be the next drop card. But I want the 6 of clubs to go up too. The question is, what is the card behind this 10 of clubs? That is this 9. Oh, so I don't need to move the 9 diamonds. I can move this 9. So we're not going to move the 9 of diamonds in the back. We're going to move the 9 of hearts in the front. Because again, like I said, if you have 2 cards of the same, you want to move the earlier one first. So this is a really tricky spot, but we're going to do this the best we can. We're going to move the 10 of clubs now. The 6 of clubs will get moved on the next turn or the turn after that. We will do that. We will do that move where we get this card up here. But we got to manipulate this draw pile the right way so we can have those moves. We're going to move the 9 of hearts next time around. And I think... No, we can't move the 6 of diamonds yet. I really wanted to, though. Okay. So next time around, we get this 9 of hearts. We're going to play this. Let's just see what other moves are behind here. There's nothing. Okay, there's nothing near it. So the 5 of hearts is behind it. We can't do anything with the 5 of hearts, though. So we're going to play this 9 of hearts right here. And we will play the 8 of spades just to see what's under it. 7 of diamonds. Interesting card. Interesting card. That's going to make it a little tricky. What we're going to do here is we get a lot of different options. One option is to play that way, and then we could bring a king down. But then that means there's pretty much no other... Well, there's this queen. We could play this... We could play this queen down here, and then we can move the jack over. The other option, of course, that I've said this about 10 times, is to play the 6 of clubs up here, move this card here, play the 7 of clubs up top, and then play that, and then open this one up right here. That's a good card. That's the 4 of hearts. And the reason why it's a good card is we got the 4 diamonds right here. You see these 2 cards side by side. We'll move the 3 of spades over to the right. Move the 4 diamonds up, and we open up that column. And I think this is going to be the move we're taking here, because now we can move this 7 of diamonds over. And oh, that's really good, because we can move either one of these 2 jacks over. We got this thing solved. We got it solved. We're going to move the king over here. This queen will be our first card, our insurance card for now. We're going to put it back down there. We'll probably be moving it very quickly. Okay, we're just going to need to figure out how to move one more of these cards over. You can move the 10, we can move this 9, and then we can move this 8 here. We're going to move this queen, and now we can move this king and this queen. And yeah, as you can see, we pretty much have the solve. We'll just move both jacks over. We find the ace of hearts, we find the other spade, and then it's just a matter of getting the rest of these cards up top. 3 of spades up, 4 of spades up, 5 of diamonds up, 6 of diamonds up, 4 of hearts up, and we've solved it. And hopefully I explained this good enough to where you can understand how to look at certain situations that will bottleneck you or slow you down. And because if you can start figuring out how to handle those types of situations, your win rate's going to go way up. And of course, that is going to wrap us up. I would like to thank you for watching and wish you good luck.